So I'm going to take a nap. And you guys are going to do the podcast.
You have to. Matt's going to introduce this episode, so you can.
I forgot that I suggested that. Can I take it back?
Ooh.
No, you gotta do it.
Can I do backsies?
No, it's on you.
You're going to have to subscribe to a free month of Stars and then just cancel the subscription as soon as we're done with this.
Stars has Ash vs. Evil Dead, and they got what else they got?
Is it?
Oh, and they got American Gods too.
Ash vs. Evil Dead is fan-fucking-tastic.
It is.
I was very sad when that got
My mother calls me the other day, and she says to me, this is a sentence I never thought I would hear. She says, "Have you ever heard of this movie, Bubba Hotep?" And I was like, yeah, but why the hell do you know what that is? And she was like, well, I was just clicking around looking for something to watch, and I saw that, and I thought it was going to be about the ancient Egyptians.
It is.
Sort of. It was not what she thought it was going to be, but she ended up actually really liking it. She was like, that movie was really funny. I'm completely out of character for my mother to
beware the
watched.
Were you there when we went and saw that at the New Art with Bruce Campbell was there?
I was there for that.
I don't remember if I don't think I was.
The director,
I've seen the movie.
Director did Phantasm, right? Same guy? Don.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do the CBS All Access.
They're doing a new Picard show.
Star Trek Discovery, if you want.
They're doing like 4 new series.
Yep.
I have to put in my credit card.
Sometime in the year 10,020, we'll get to those episodes.
Now you're gonna have to remember your PIN. It's a 7-day free trial. You just have to cancel it
right after we're done. Cancel it right after we're done.
And binge watch Discovery while you're at it,
or not.
You can make that choice. It's up to you.
Has anyone actually seen this?
I watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing.
Have you really? You watched it?
Yeah,
I did too.
You got the CBS Access?
I got the 7-day free
and you
trial,
watched them
and
all.
I binged it, and then I canceled it before the 7 days was up.
Is it worth it? Is it any good?
For 7-day free trial, yes.
For free, it wasn't.
A friend of mine.
I liked the first episode. I watched the episode that
the Vulcan. What was it called?
It takes a while to get going, but by the end, I was kind of into it. I was like,
yeah, I dug it. It's not the best Trek I've ever seen, but it beats the hell out of the Abrams movies, which isn't a high bar to pass. But it's entertaining. The characters are well developed. The storyline's compelling. You know,
it's worth it for.
It has trouble.
It's worth it for a free 7-day binge.
It has trouble finding its feet, but it eventually kind of lands on them. So
subtitles on.
Oh, and Doug Jones is phenomenal.
Some point in the
and they only did like 13 episodes. So like a full.
Well, when 15 years from now, we'll get to those episodes. Then I can watch them then.
But
by then they should be free somewhere.
The other thing about
they're free everywhere in the world on Netflix except here.
And Netflix overpaid for that. They didn't get the eyeballs they wanted from that deal. So I don't know why second season got greenlit, unless CBS is looking at the longevity down the road of having another Trek series to sell. But I don't think Netflix is going to pay him as much for season 2.
The subtitles are working.
Oh, we're going to watch it with subtitles.
Yeah.
That's
ciders here.
That's going to be you're going to miss some stuff because Ben Burt did the sound effects for this movie.
Well, we don't listen to it with the sound, Blake.
I'm just pointing out.
You need to understand how this podcast works.
Yeah, but we will need.
We mock sound,
but
there's a lot of sound in this movie. Is what I'm saying.
Sound in a purely audio format. We have no interest in sound.
I showed the boy. We watched Jurassic Park last night with the boys.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
So, I'll tell you what. We also watched. I watched Jurassic World with them.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
And Jurassic Park is definitely a better film than Jurassic World.
Yeah, Spielberg versus Colin.
I mean, it was even though Jurassic Park is dated as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like just when you look at it.
Oh yeah,
now,
but what annoys me?
Watch The Last Starfighter.
That's a good one.
Change. I would totally do Last Starfighter.
He just signed up. He just signed up. He just
Calling it audible, guys.
he just signed up for CBS All Access to do
He was
this.
free. He can cancel.
I also got this classic Them Beast from 20,000.
Oh, those are great. Yeah.
World Without End and Satellite in the Sky.
This is a
Oh, really? Those are
the
awesome.
Last Starfighter. I know that would be one I've actually. I know that movie pretty well.
Wonderful.
I've never seen this movie, so I'm very unprepared for this podcast.
A few years ago, somebody just like me, a gay musical theater loving nerd, wrote a musical version of The Last Starfighter.
Sounds like we have a lot to talk about with Last Starfighter.
No, we got to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers because we brought Blake in specifically because he loves Blake told us he'd seen this movie 50 times in the movie.
Probably
Blake
that
is
many.
a huge fan of the whole body snatching franchise.
Yeah. Now what? Oh, WD. We'll talk about it during the podcast. But
Yeah, don't talk about the
yeah.
movie, Blake, because you'll run out of stuff to.
I will not.
Yeah, they don't ever actually talk in this movie. Apparently,
No, it's coming up.
this is the difference. Well, we should stop. I won't talk about it, but
Don't
like
talk about the movie.
you can definitely see the difference in movie
Talk about
making.
The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, they're making a sequel, aren't they?
Yeah,
They should.
They're
Is it a re-
I don't know if it's a reboot or a sequel or.
Anyway, Last Starfighter pretty much had like all the wish fulfillment
Oh, that was
storyline.
That was-
Oh my god, when you're a kid, you're like,
Nerd Boy. I would.
kid.
I want my video
If I
games
become
to
so
be-
good at video games, I can travel in space.
I want to
That's
be
not gonna work.
No, what bothers me about the Jurassic Park movies, though,
There we
people
go.
complaining about how the sequels are less plausible
There's some
than
Than
the
the
first one.
original.
Yeah, I'm like,
Can you
No,
move
not really.
the paper towels?
Plausibility is a real flaw in the entire Jurassic.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's
It
the
is
whole
there
point.
from the beginning. Please don't. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep my mouth
We're
shut.
good. We're starting back at the beginning when we start the podcast.
ones are all the way from the
Yeah. We
Yeah.
got to.
All right.
There's too much BS. There's a lot to talk about in those opening moments. Well, pause it.
Yeah.
Pause it.
That's good.
Because that's like 5 minutes of just visuals of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
flowers
Long
budding
opening
and stuff.
credits.
That was like a lot. Really like,
Well, the thing is, I really shouldn't. Can I talk about the audio?
You can talk about anything.
Okay.
There is Blake. If you haven't listened to any of the podcasts, there are no restrictions
All right.
on what you can talk about on the podcast.
My point
You
is,
don't have to just if you think of anything, just
You don't even
talk
have to
about it.
Talk about the movie.
who here? Show of hands. Anyone seen the movie?
Nope.
I've seen it.
Okay, so you guys know, but for you, audio is a big part of this film. There's a lot of sound design that Ben Burt did, and the music. It's the one and only score this guy did.
We're not
It's
going to listen
single.
to the sound, Blake.
I know. I understand that, but I'm just pointing out
This is
that
the
he's.
third or fourth time you've mentioned.
I'm
wanting
just
to hear the
pointing
sound,
out. No,
and
I'm
we're
pointing
not gonna
out.
hear the sound.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
not how
not.
this works.
I'm not making a case for the sound. I'm just pointing out that Sean is missing out on stuff. And he should watch the
At
film
some point in
at some
time,
point
I
his
will
life.
go
Yeah.
back and watch
Yeah.
the film.
That's
I
exa-
hear this
Watching in
as
7 days. We have.
Yeah, you've got a week.
yeah. I'll
You gotta
broadcast it as,
send me.
And on the
send me
8th day,
I
they
don't have
watched
a
the film.
headset.
Well, I'll just do it. I have Amazon Prime. I can do this at home too.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Blake should recreate some of the key sound.
You have? Is there longer headphones?
Yeah,
I'm pretty far away from
yeah, this one. Here's this one.
There were a couple times during the Min episode, and I think it happens more in the Lewis, where there are two conversations going on at the same time. So
Oh, really?
just watch out for that.
Oh, okay.
We do that a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Side comment. This podcast.
It's a very freeform podcast, Jay. You know, don't try and
You got to just
harsh
let
our
it be,
vibe.
man. Don't hush our buzz,
I
man.
know. Don't have my sin.
also has a tendency to not be on mic, like right up on the mic when he talks.
Sorry.
I don't.
This is only gonna.
I just want you to have all the information and make an informed choice, so it doesn't sound like this, just like the constant chatter.
The wall of noise.
That sounds like a lazy editor who doesn't want to edit it.
Yeah, somebody needs to be working on his
Dude,
sound skills.
I learned yesterday. This was a revelation. Sean isn't listening to the podcast anymore. You guys.
What?
I haven't listened to an episode since probably. I may have listened to the Nate one of the Nate episodes, but that might have been the last one.
We've been gone for like 3 weeks, right?
Well,
Nate episodes were like 7 or 8.
When I stopped having the ability to sit in my office and watch Netflix and listen to the podcast for hours on end, I lost my ability to listen to the podcast.
I mean,
you're recording each track separately.
No.
I am.
So it's
I
mixed to your
realized,
live.
Matt,
Yeah.
and I realized my mistake. I will add it into my podcast rotation.
I'm just saying we flipped.
I listened to a number of podcasts, and
I didn't listen to it at all at the beginning, and now I listen to it.
You must
all
have
the
listened to a little bit of the last one because you made like a post about it with.
I remember what
Okay.
was in. I remember the episodes, but I don't. I hadn't listened to it.
So editing is basically just chopping them.
Well, we don't chop them too much. It's
Yeah,
mostly
'cause
just post.
It's supposed to be live,
Yeah.
so
it's
we
very-
don't really
'cause
edit.
You can't really edit them because you should. The whole
Yeah,
concept is to be able to sync it up with the episode.
Yeah,
But if someone like knocks a mic on the floor, you can mute that. So
Yeah.
it doesn't.
I do
yeah.
that.
There are no knocking down of mics in the studio.
The last episode, we took a break to get more drinks, and Jake came in as like an omniscient narrator and was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the podcasters have taken a break to get new drinks."
Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
It's the first meta thing we've done.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel free to join us, but please don't drink and drive.
Please don't drink and drive. It was a combination of narration and public service announcement.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna fire this thing up. Who's what you got?
All right,
Ready.
Are you doing this, Matt?
Oh, Jesus.
Or do you?
Yes. No,
yeah.
I'll do
No,
it.
you got it.
Play the music. Dun, 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 dun. That's how our theme song goes, right?
Wait,
Wait, stop. Let me do the
We
intro
gotta
first.
Start the movie.
Okay, let's go. 3,